Those released Thursday were under 18 when Myanmar, also known as Burma, signed an agreement with the United Nations in 2012 outlining measures to end the practice.
This is the largest release ever since the signing of the plan, and we've been also very happy to notice that we've seen an acceleration in the release of children and young people, especially over the last 11-12 months.
Bertram Bainvel, UNICEF representative in Myanmar, welcomed the release but said the practice of recruiting children must be completely eradicated.
The larger numbers of underage recruit is happening, is in Tatmadaw versus smaller armies from non-state actors. Having said that, it is clear for us that the non-state armies have exactly the same obligations.
Myanmar's military ran the country for about 50 years and was condemned internationally for human rights abuses, including the use of child soldiers. Recruiters for the country's huge military frequently apprehend boys at public places such as bus stations and markets and force them to join the army without asking parents' permission.
It is unbearable for me to think about this. I can't even imagine that they took my child underage to the army.
Once conscripted, young boys are often pushed into combat situations.
At that fighting area, there were many soldiers from both sides who got shot or lost their legs or heads because of the fighting. I was so scared to see them and ran away from that place and lied down under the bush because I didn't have any experience. So I had to lie down.
Since 2011, when the new civilian government took over, Myanmar has begun a democratic transition and cooperation with the West. Abandoning the practice of recruiting children was one of the top requirements. The United Nations says underage boys are still being recruited, but at a decreased rate. Some poor families seek the income that a son in the army can provide. Others say recruiters have dazzled the boys with tales of money they would earn. Recruiting is often facilitated by brokers who supply forged documents, making it hard to determine how many child soldiers are enlisted. Before 2012, about 20% of Myanmar's soldiers were under 18, making Myanmar the country with the highest number of child soldiers in the world. Human rights groups say up to 300,000 underage children are currently participating in armed conflicts worldwide. Larissa Hoke, VOA News, Washington.